I came back. I exist. Feeney's laughing at me. Because apparently not only did I mute myself in OBS, I also muted my mic. But, yeah, other guy. Wasn't it around this time that you were like, oh yeah, I could come on your stream and bother you? I need to, like, open my Discord and, like, actually make a voice channel. Which is annoying, because I need, like, I need a normal voice channel. So that you can join the normal voice channel, and then I can pull you over into the private channel. I don't even know what to name the private channel. There, perfect name. Roles. Me. That's it. Perfect. Now organize these appropriately. What? That's not a. That's not. Am I? Delete this channel. Delete it. Let's try this again. Voice channel. Private. Channel name. Next. Me. It's my channel. Wow, there it is. I did it. Sure, whenever you want. Yeah, people on my stream I've never met before. That's crazy and weird. Feeny, what are you laughing about? I don't know, you just like giggled. It sounded like giggling. Well, I guess join the general chat in the stream server. I'll just move you in, and this would never go terribly. Oh wow, you exist. How does it feel? How?
Hello, Moon.
Wow, that was loud. That was loud. I love that.
Hello.
Hi, your voice changer's cursed as fuck.
I am you.
Oh, I'm.
It is me, other guy.
Oh my god, this is cursed. Don't.
Hello, Phoebe.
I think it's. I think it's.
favorite MoonsDancer character.
I think it's trying to speak. I think it's haunted. I think it has a demon in it.
Well, can we get some moons and love in the chat? LS?
Oh my god. Hell yeah. Moons trans love in the chat.
You are so funny.
I hate this already.
How was your day?
Did you just say how was my day?
Yep.
It's fine. I have a demon in my voice channel.
What?
What?
Don't judge how other people sound, you insensitive prick.
It is so hard to understand you. Did you call me an insensitive prick?
Yes. WooLoop is the fucking best belly yet.
Oh my god. You want me to just play? You want me to
play Weapon?
Oh my god. I guess I gotta play WooLoop to appease the demons. What do you say? Oh wow with the
Baby red.
Is this like your dream come true, other guy? You get to I'm starting to think you're not real, other guy.
No. This is how I sound.
I don't think it is.
What the hell? What did you just say?
I don't have words anymore.
Go off, Queen.
What?
Tori 2.
Tori 2. I'm not playing Tori 2. I'm playing. Oh look, it's WooLoop. It's what you wanted. What is that? I hope the demon in my voice chat isn't too loud.
Sorry about that, mate. Can we bring back the pizza time travel emote?
Can we bring what back as an emote? You're so hard to understand this
Can we
voice.
bring back the pizza time travel emote?
Feeny, do you have any idea what he's saying? Oh, the pizza time. The pizza time emote is back. Feeny brought it back like this morning.
Lol.
Lol.
Me, please?
Why are you saying, can we please? It's already back.
Kill me, please. Just kidding, LMO, you look pretty stupid. Move blind, move blind.
WooLoop. So much.
WooLoop is the fucking best belly yet.
Oh, hi, Teal. Why? I think you're doing pizza time wrong.
I run out of sounds. How you doing?
Oh, now I'm gonna have to like turn you up now that your fucked
I'm
up
sorry.
voice isn't. It was so much louder before.
I'm sorry. I tried.
You tried.
I tried my best to normalize it, but alright.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was something else.
My apologies.
Like I was having a lot of trouble understanding what you were saying, and then it was like I kept talking over you, and that didn't help at all.
Sorry. Hey, how you doing, Moon?
Hi, you're a real person. That's crazy.
I'm real. Can you believe it, man? I'm real. I'm here. I'm in the flesh. I'm British.
Especially
It's
after
crazy.
hearing your real voice after what you just did is even more surprising to me. It's like I started to get used to the freaking cursed
got
ass
used to
Faith
it.
voice.
I had like 90 different sound effects, and I ran through about half of them. So I don't know, man. How's WooLoop going for you?
It's going great. I'm looping the wool.
It's crazy. That's crazy, man.
It's
The
so,
first time we
so
played this
crazy.
game, I thought like my brightness was down on the monitor. I tried to
No,
fix
I have it set on like dark mode
it. Yeah, I can see that now.
because my poor fragile eyes. I guess I could turn it up. Probably wouldn't be like that bad if I turned it up.
It's pretty visible. Like,
But like
you know.
staring at this for like 6 hours straight with it being that bright is probably not the greatest idea.
Alright, as I said before, I do have a list of questions to ask you because I'm curious.
What
Hopefully I can
are
bring
some of your
insight
questions?
to the viewers. Alright, okay, so I think you are at the forefront of representing the sand fetishes community on Twitch. So how do you feel about that?
I don't feel like I'm representing that at all. I
don't?
I do not support eating sand.
I mean, it's a major part of your stream's identity.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, like, you have the sand command, you make jokes about it all the time.
I mean it's jokes. It's not serious.
Is it though? I mean, you did eat sand that one time.
That was a
So
joke.
it has...
Like Feeny, the joke was we never like went into this or talked about it, but it wasn't actually sand in my noodles. It was like spice at the bottom of the bowl.
It could have been sand easily.
It was.
No
I
way
don't think it was
that.
sand because I'm still alive. I ate it and I'm still alive.
You can eat sand and still be alive. That's the whole point of the bit. Is that sand is crunchy and tastes nice.
Does it taste nice? Does it taste at
Yeah.
all?
I mean, you tried it. What did you think?
I mean, it tasted like spices to me.
Well, there you go.
Which
would be official
that's
opinion.
what makes me think it wasn't actually sand.
I mean, how would you know? You haven't had sand.
I don't know where
can't
Feeny
prove
would
anything.
have gotten sand.
Is there no sand in Illinois?
I don't live in Illinois.
Is there no sand in your current state?
I mean, I don't live anywhere near a coastline. And
Well,
Feeney doesn't
there is
usually
sand.
leave the house without me. I don't know where he got sand from.
I mean, yeah, I know you got like the lease situation, so you can't really get out your sight. But I mean, you could have gone to like a sand pit or something, like a local play area. Grab some sand.
The
did
town I
some-
live in does not have a golf course. He
No,
would
no,
have
not
to have
like a
gone
golf-
very
no,
far.
No. Like I mean, like a children's play area. You know, like a little sand pits that like.
I guess I haven't gone to like a park in a while. They might have sand there.
Well, we need the.
But this isn't the point. The point is Feeney that's not like there's no like I didn't like go to sleep. I don't believe it that I went to sleep and Feeney's just like I'm gonna wander into town in the very unwalkable town, mind you. We live like 5 miles away from the town. There's no way he just went into town and then like just
You live in fucking Mordor. What are you on about?
it's not a very big town. It's not walkable. And there's no public transit.
You have like in a cabin on top of a mountain or something.
Kind of close to it. I live in a place, in a location. I
That's
don't
very
know. I
ominous.
feel like I'm giving too many details of where I live, and
Alright,
somebody's gonna
alright,
figure it out.
Alright, okay. No, we need to move on anyway. We covered the sand thing. Oh yeah, the other question on that same stream, you mentioned a story about Feeney eating glass, and you didn't go into it.
I
to
don't
know
even know that much
facts.
info about it myself. Feeney just claims that when he was younger, he ate glass once. Feeney, you wanna talk more about the glass you ate?
Can you please expand on this? This has been bugging my mind for many weeks now.
Feeney's not talking.
this is
Mentally
clearly a
depressed.
traumatic story.
I don't know what.
Did you hear that? He said he's mentally ill and depressed.
I mean, yeah, but I guess that kind of explains the glass.
Well, I'm glad your question got answered.
Finally. Okay, next question is how do you feel about your success as the #1 baby game streamer in the 18?
I don't. There's no way I'm like one. I don't play just baby games. I play some
Do you
difficult
see your-
games sometimes. And
Like,
two,
doesn't
and
feel true if
two.
your recently played games.
Oh, okay.
Such high engagement games as WooLoop and Wappo.
And well, given even that saying, I do only play baby games.
Was that what you played today? The Panda Adventures.
You keep interrupting me. I'm trying to tell you, even if
Okay, go ahead.
it is only baby games I play, I'm I'm definitely not the #1. There's no way I'm #1 at playing baby games.
You cater to the baby game community, and there's not a lot of people like that. So congratulations to you.
Well,
Also, I
somebody
said
needs
in
to
the-
let
in
the
the-
baby game community know that I exist, so my stream will
Uh-huh.
grow.
I don't think there's many in that community, to be fair, and that's why you have 80 followers. Well, they're on TikTok, I believe, so we need to wait and see.
I we need more TikToks. We need more clips. We need more crazy content.
Dude, come on, man. You need to get the wacky stuff. Get a hot tub.
I'm not getting a hot tub.
Get see the sand pit. We talked about this.
Oh my
first
god,
time
I'm
we
not
met,
gonna
the
like.
sand pit.
I'm not gonna play in
You
like a
the
freaking
first-
sand
the
pit on
Twitch is
stream.
From me, a sand pit streamer. You can get like a little castle, like you made little sand molds. And that'd be a sick idea. You could draw chat members' names in the sand with your big finger.
Yeah, but this would require me to be like IRL instead of a VTuber.
So wear a mask or something.
I guess that could work.
There you go. Wear like a Minecraft Steve mask.
Oh god.
Okay, next question. Why do you hate active combat in RPGs?
I think I went into that pretty deeply at the time.
No, you didn't.
I did. I could have swore I talked about it. It's like I played like Trials of Mana, and in the game they give you a fuck ton of healing items. Like they know you're gonna. Feeney's laughing because I'm standing up to talk about this. Feeney, like, well, the game knows that you're gonna take a fuck ton of damage, and there's no way to avoid said damage, so the game just gives you a fuck ton of healing, and I don't like that. I don't like how there's two characters on the screen that I cannot control. Well, like, you can like switch between which one you control, but I can only control one at a time, and so I'm like, okay, this one guy I can like dodge the attack, but the other two get hit by the attack. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I have to pause the game and heal them. I have to pause the game and revive this person because the AI is too stupid to dodge like the ultimate move. And then like the combat like is just like clunky. Like I'm like, if you're gonna give me active combat in a game like this, can you make it more like smooth and nice, like Dark Souls combat? Like I like Dark Souls combat. It's nice. And in these games, it's like you swing like your weapon once and they do this weird two swing attack instead, and you can't like cancel the animation, and the roll is clunky and disgusting. There's no directional roll. It's just you roll like in a straight line wherever you're facing, and it's just like the active combat doesn't even feel good. And on top of that, I personally, I want to be the one that kills all the enemies. I want to have fun and kill the enemies. But I got these two dickweeds that are taking a million points of damage, are killing the enemies that I want to kill.
All right. MoonsDancer there.
Oh, right.
Of a dictator.
I'm sitting back down.
You have to stand up.
No, like when I go on a rant, like I like to pace around sometimes.
Yeah, again, that feeds into my theory about you in like in baby games. You don't like to be in control. Unless it's being controlled.
Right. Sorry, it's like this is the problem with having like, I've had people on Discord calls with me in the past on my stream, and it's either like way too quiet for me to hear, or it's like way too loud. Just it's weird. I don't know how to
I'm sorry.
handle the audio. I'm like trying to turn you up like on my like headset.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so this was... I asked like some people around in the Discord server for questions behind your back. And one of the most highly requested questions was, can you play Wuppo again?
I don't plan on it. No.
I mean, it's highly requested amongst the fans. I think you should be...
Why do they want to see Wuppo again?
Yeah, I mean, you peaked at 15,000 concurrent viewers. I think it was like a high mark in your career. So
15,000. Yeah. I definitely remember that. 15,000 viewers only for Wuppo. But as soon as I pull out WooLoop, I go back down.
Wuppo. The Wuppo fan base is rabid. You have no clue.
The only clue I have to the Wuppo fan base is crazy like that is there was that one person who showed up who was following the category, and I looked up later how many people were following the category, and it was around 3,000, and I'm like, okay, out of 3,000 people, one of them came to my stream.
That's what I'm saying. Wuppo fans, man.
Yeah, they're just so crazy. If all of them came to my stream, I might be like, okay, yeah, they're legitimately insane. What are they all doing here? But there was one.
Oh, big respect. That was me, by the way. I am the Wuppo fan base. It's just me. I'm the lone soldier.
I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like I hope that wasn't you, because that just makes me like feel bad. It's like, oh, I gained a new viewer and a new follower, and I'm playing a game they really liked. Nah, that was just other guy in disguise.
That was that was my Wuppo alt account.
It was your Wuppo alt account. Turns out you're the only Wuppo fan, and that's why you wanted on the stream.
That's the reason I'm here.
It's the whole reason. It wasn't Neon Abyss, or like, I always call it Neon. It's a Neon White. I don't know why I was calling it Neon Abyss.
Neon White. You are going to finish in like 6 years.
I don't know about that. I'm like really picky about games I play. Like if I like play a game and I'm not immediately like, oh yeah, this is fun, or like I'm addicted to this, I probably like, I don't know if I'll ever come back to that. I feel like I'd have to be really bored to go back to that game. There's other things I'd rather play.
Your big like snail ears. I'm gonna make you play it.
Why would I have snail like? What is your obsession with calling me a snail? Is it just because like you like to pester me and you're like, hee snail, even though I obviously know what it is.
I mean, it's a snail, right? That's what it
No,
is.
you know
Is
it's not a snail.
But, I mean, you have the tail.
Yeah, it's a tail, not a shell. It's a tail. It's a squirrel tail.
Well, it can be easily misconstrued. I just think that you're hiding this from your fan base, and you need to answer for it.
Oh my god.
Why are you pretending to be? Stop trying to play the best of both worlds and admit that you are a slimy little snail girl.
I am not a slimy little snail girl. That is not.
You leave a trail wherever you go.
You know what I've noticed about like I think I might have to end the stream and start it back up because I've noticed I can't like change what my VTuber like does or anything when I'm tabbed into anything because I'm not doing fucking game capture. I'm doing display capture. I hate display capture so much. It's just it's just stupid. Like I can't do my hotkeys because I'm in this window for some reason. It was never like this before.
I mean, you being permanently angry is like a good fit, I think.
But like I wanna press the button right now and change it, but like I have to click out of the game window and then I can change it. Like that's so inconvenient.
Well. Alright, let's look for these. Okay, what do you like more?
Oh my god. Next question, no comment.
Okay. Are you are you faking your short-sightedness to farm channel points from viewers?
Am I? No, I'm not faking my sightedness. Feeny knows how goddamn blind I am, and why would I need to farm channel points from people? Like other streamers will literally have something. It's like, oh, here's a channel point reward. It's 50,000 channel points, and when you redeem it, it doesn't do anything. You just throw them in the trash, and people will redeem it.
I just think that it's funny, the idea of you not actually being sighted.
No, I definitely require glasses.
Alright. Speaking of the glasses, how big are your comically big glasses?
I actually wear pretty like small glasses and have since I've just basically had the same frame since I was a kid. Cause like I don't like change, so I guess like the first time I got my glasses, I'm just like, these frames, woohoo! And those have just been like the rest of my life. And I've been meaning to get like a new prescription with like actually different frames, and I'm terrible at doing things like that and getting around to it, and so it's just not happened. And when I finally get like a 2D model and it needs actual face tracking, it's either recommended to have like bigger glasses so like the camera can see your eyes better, or just wear contacts. And I don't know if I can deal with contacts, so I'm just gonna get bigger glasses.
You get two like big magnifying glasses on like your eyes.
Yeah, but magnifying glasses would be somebody who is farsighted.
Have you seen Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys?
No.
Okay, well, that reference is lost on you.
Damn.
Alright. Okay. So I think I can speak from everyone in the stream that we're really like proud of you and how far you've come, but are you going to take more English lessons?
More English lessons. I don't think it's so much as like my English is bad. I think it's just like my brain, like I don't know. I must have some sort of like dyslexia or something. I don't know. Like I look at sentences and I feel like I can read them in my head. Like just fine. Like I can skim through dialogue and be like, yeah, I get the gist of what they're saying. But when I have to actually like buckle down and read something out loud, I just like get caught on my words. Like I read things wrong. Like it's like I don't know. Just this. It's just doesn't come through my mouth properly.
Yeah.
But no, to answer your
that's
question, I'm not going to take English lessons.
I'm taking more. You already have taken some.
Well, I'm not taking any more then.
Okay.
People will just have to suffer with me messing up speaking sometimes.
What a pain.
World of pain.
That's the agony. I think that's all the questions I had. That you did really well.
God, I know from like social experience, it's my turn to say something. I just don't know what to say.
It's
You leave it up to me, and I'm like, you think I know what to talk about? That's
okay,
like
it's
one of
alright,
my
it's
that's
okay.
like my biggest problem is I don't know what I like never know what to talk about.
I can do the talking. This can be my stream now.
Okay, I'll just sit here and play WooLoop. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
She's tying the wall. It's going in circles. It's going down now. It's going up.
You have to
She's
talk.
tying
You have to
more.
talk really fast to keep up with this.
She's tying more. They're going in circles. It's black wool. That's an interesting color. One of my favorite colors, actually. It's going again. More circles. This is a really innovative gameplay, I think. I hope this gets nominated for the Game Awards next year. More wool. This time it's stretching out. I don't know what she's doing. She's having some kind of mental decline. Some kind of panic attack. This isn't what is supposed to happen. I think Feeny should check on her to see if she's doing well. If she hasn't collapsed on the... Oh no, okay, right, everything's good. We return to our regularly scheduled WooLoop
Feeny, why
gameplay.
are you poking me? Well,
Poke
Feeny's
him
definition of checking on me is apparently just poking me in the side.
It's a good technique. We should... I am with the Tickle Channel Points Award. I think it's a good idea.
The what kind of channel? The tickle?
Yeah,
No, I don't think I'm going to be doing that or anything even related to that after what that one friend said to me.
Yeah, but they're just one friend and we are many.
Yeah, but what happens if somebody
redeems
redeems that and Feeny's like asleep or something? Like he's not here.
It's either Wisp does it or it holds over for the next stream.
Wisp is here even less than Feeny. Wisp works like 6 days a week.
You have like a tickle machine or something? You can,
No, I don't have a tickle machine because I'm not a fucking tickle fetishist. And this is the whole reason I didn't want the point reward is because I didn't want people to think that
you are that. Okay.
Then why would I have a tickle machine?
It's for the
what
sake
kind of
of streaming.
sane person has a tickle machine?
It's not for your own pleasure. It's for the viewer's pleasure.
Oh, so you mean like those people who buy like electric collars or like haptic suits and it's like, oh, if I get injured in the game, it injures me in real life.
I mean, you can think of it that way if it helps you sleep at night.
I'm playing WooLoop.
Play WooLoop.
What kind of multiplayer games do you get into?
I don't play a lot of video games these days. Unfortunately. What was I playing recently? I was playing Max Payne 1. And yeah, that was cool. We're playing Ultra Kill as well. You should play Ultra Kill on stream. That'd be a good idea.
I think I played like a bit of that game at one point. I don't know. It was something about it was just like, Ultra Kill. Wow, I'm refunding the game now. I have this problem with money. I have this problem where it's like, if it's not like my favorite game ever immediately, I'm like, I can't afford to buy this. Goodbye. And then I refund the game.
So you kept Wuppo and Tori too, but not...
Yeah, because those games were both like $1 and took like an hour to finish. And I feel like refunding it at that point would be a dick move.
Alright, that's fair. Yeah, you have a good heart. Stronger than me.
That reminds me of when like God, what's that game called? The game with like Huggy Wuggy in it. That game's
Huggy Wuggy.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Poppy Playtime. I remember when Poppy Playtime came out, and before we realized the dev was a freaking shithead. The game was like, I don't know, like $5-10, and you play the game and it takes about an hour to finish. And I was like, I want to support the dev, and this game was actually cool, so I'm gonna be nice and not refund the game. And then they came out with like part 2, like chapter 2 or whatever, like they said they were going to, and they made that cost money, and then they made part 1 free. And then I just felt like it you know what I mean? I'm just like, I already paid for that, and I could have refunded it, but to be nice, I didn't. And now you've done this to me. Now it's free, and the second part is as much as the first part was. I'm like, this is just stupid. Why did you do this?
Moon would be like, I don't play baby games. Hold up, let me just play Huggy Wuggy.
It's not a baby game. It's a freaking like horror game. You think a baby could play a horror game without having a heart attack and like pissing
Probably.
themselves?
They wouldn't understand what's going on. Just loud sounds.
No, I think they would understand what was going on when they were like crawling through the vent and Huggy Wuggy keeps pulling them apart.
Got a bit of Huggy Wuggy in the recommendations, chat.
I'm not playing it. I don't want to give that dev any more money. They didn't even deserve the first like $5 I gave them. Or 10. It was like 5 or 10, but I don't remember. It was my money. It was my money. And I could have taken it back. And I was too nice to, and then I realized it was a mistake.
Oh well. Do you like what are your favorite like TV shows right now?
My favorite TV shows. I don't have like cable, so I don't know, it's hard to say like what my favorite TV show is.
What are some of your favorite movies?
God, stuff like this is hard, like so hard to remember, like off the top of my head. Like the first thing that comes to my head is like, favorite movie is like The Great Mouse Detective is amazing. That's a
good pick.
Yeah, it's a old Disney movie. Freaking love that movie.
Yeah,
I remember like The Rescuers Down Under was a really good movie.
What is your favorite anime?
That was so loud. Because I have you turned up now, and then you use that, and it's even louder.
I'm sorry.
What's my favorite anime? It's God, I like Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you know that anime?
I've heard the name multiple times, but I haven't seen a single frame of it.
The way you were just like kind of like stopped, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. I assumed you didn't know anything about it.
This is cool, man.
And it's a cool game.
It's cool, yeah. I like it.
Cool little anime.
I like One Piece.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm catching up. I'm on like episode like like 900. Episode 1. No, I'm catching up. No, I'm on like episode like 980 or something like that in One Piece.
Whoa. You could have like got a degree in that time or something.
God, I'm in the part of like One Piece where it's like, oh, it looks like they might go fight Kaido finally, and then they introduce like a whole new group of like Kaido's underlings who are supposed to be really strong, and I'm like, oh, I guess they have to fight those guys first.
I completely understand every word you're leaving your mouth.
Yeah. I know
Did you
how
say your favorite character was
in what One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece.
I mean, in the main like group, I kind of like Zoro. He's cool. I kind of like characters who are just like, you know, all they want to do, their whole point in living is become stronger. Me want become stronger. Me have cool sword. You know, that I'm kind of an idiot for those kind of idiots.
Do you relate to that?
Maybe I can relate to that. I don't know. I like animes that are like that too. That are just like, here's the main character. They're super OP and they like never lose a fight. And I'm just like, hell yeah. The fight scenes are super cool though, and the character's cool, and he does all this crazy stuff.
So I think you don't like media that's like challenging. Baby game.
Oh my god. What would you consider like a challenging media?
Like, you know, stuff that like is not conventional. You know, Evangelion, for example.
I've never watched that.
There you go. There you go. Once again.
I think my game crashed.
WooLoop.
I tried to click on the level that is like the biggest level in the game, and I did everything except for the final step. Oh wait, it's fine.
Oh,
it took a long time.
Wondering why WooLoop, the least intensive game of all time.
I did everything except for the last thread.
Oh, it's one of these levels that you love.
Yeah, it's the biggest level in the game, worst type of level in the game. The final thread.
It's loading in like a screenshot on Windows 98.
It really is. Oh my god. Do I dare, like, should I finish it?
Well,
Should I keep edging people?
please don't edge me.
I don't want to take that any further. I'm good.
Moon edges chat for 15 hours straight.
Yeah, I just sit here and wiggle the freaking string around like I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like you're playing with a cat. Is there a reset button?
I think there is, like, I assume this button up here is like a rewind.
What about the trash can?
Yeah, that would probably get rid of everything.
Feeny go, Feeny go, Feeny go, Feeny go, Feeny go, Feeny go, Feeny go.
Feeny, don't look at me like that. I'm finishing it. Oh, Feeny, don't get up.
Feeny's moving like a ninja.
Feeny, just lay back down.
No.
It's too late. Stop.
You're good at disarming him.
Huh?
You're good at disarming him.
I'm good at disarming him. I just patted him on the shoulder and told him to lay back down, and then he stabbed me in the ribs with his fingers.
Well, I mean, there's different definitions to disarming, but I think that works. What's the second biggest level in WooLoop?
Oh, I don't know.
You can clickbait that. Building the second biggest level in WooLoop.
That was like 5,000 threads. There's almost 3,000. And that's not that many. I guess for right now. Oh, looks like they finished releasing this book. I guess this is the second longest. 3,000 threads there.
Crazy. It's bonkers.
So crazy, so silly, so
Go crazy,
wacky.
go stupid.
Go crazy, go stupid.
What do you do most of the day that you aren't streaming?
Watch other streamers. I've been playing some TF2 recently. I like TF2. Team Fortress 2 is fun.
Yeah, I know what that stood for.
I'm not. Well, I don't. I tried to tell a friend of mine yesterday. I was like, "Hey, you want to come on my stream and play some TF2 with me?" And he was like, "Wait, which one?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm talking about TF2. Who in their right mind talks about Titanfall 2 as TF2?"
Well, I thought they meant like they want to play Team Fortress Classic with you.
No, I'm not. I don't even own that, and I wouldn't want to play it.
Why not? You should learn.
Because I've seen gameplay of it, and it just looks horrendous.
It's just Half-Life multiplayer. You should play Half-Life.
I've never played a Half-Life game.
Well, there you go.
But like, I don't think I like wanna like. I've like.
I've
played like Half-Life Alyx. I didn't finish it, but I played like most of it.
You have like a VR headset?
Yeah.
I've never seen you use it before.
No, I don't know. Like, VR is like cool and all, but there's not any games out there currently that I think is worth dealing with that for.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And my room isn't even like big enough to be like a proper play space. Like, I line my room out, and it's like, oh, it's not big enough to be like a play space, so you have to like, we're gonna force you to be like in this tiny play space that we expect you to sit down in. So then if I try to stand up, it just doesn't show me borders of the play space.
Mm-hmm.
So that's annoying.
Man, you have to wait for the Wuppo VR patch.
There's not gonna be a Wuppo VR patch.
I know that.
I would bet money on it that that's never gonna happen.
At most, you could be like 80% confident.
I'm very like, how would they even make that freaking VR? It's a 2D like side-scrolling platformer.
They might remake it in Unity. You don't know. You don't know what the devs are thinking.
I guess I don't know, but like, why would they make their like? Why would they make Wuppo 3D or like any like
They
just
made
VR at all?
they made they made Tori 3D. That was crazy.
It was already 3D.
No, they did Tori 1, Tori 2, and Tori 3D.
Yeah, Tori 1 and Tori 2 were both 3D games.
Then Tori 3D came out, and that really changed the game. Let me tell you.
Oh my god. I don't even think it was Tori 1 and Tori 2. I think it was just Tori and then like Tori 3. I don't even remember how many there were, and I played them.
It wasn't called Tori 1.
I played them.
Imagine making a
more.
game and calling it. Imagine making a game and calling it Game 1.
I imagine it's out there somewhere.
Probably.
It's probably one of the Kingdom Heart games.
Oh god. Don't get Feeny started.
I don't know, you were the one that was talking about like what is it, like 27 over 250 days or whatever.
Yeah. I know I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, I just know a lot about it and it's really funny to me.
I know Feeny knows a lot about Kingdom Hearts and has played pretty much every game.
It's so amazing how much of a bad franchise it is, but it's managed to last so long.
No,
they're not good games. It's not. The story is awful.
It blows my mind most of all of how that franchise even exists. It's like I think I heard the story one time and it was just like some random guy who worked at like some like game company just happened to find himself in the elevator with like a Disney executive and pitched him this idea, and for some reason they said yes. They're like the only
thing to ever happened to humanity.
It was like the only thing that like was like a no was they wanted them to use like swords, and they're like, no, we don't want our like Disney characters using swords. So they're like, okay, we'll have keyblades.
That's the smartest idea.
Which is kind of just reminds me of God, what is it? It's like the Mario and Rabbids video games. Those really blow my mind because it's like, how is Rabbids not a completely dead franchise? How are these games actually kind of good? And how on earth did they get the go ahead to give Mario a gun and like Luigi a rocket launcher?
Can you play a Rabbids game?
I don't want to play a Rabbids game.
I play a Rabbids game.
Like I might play like the newer ones. It's like the
Can you play Rayman Raving Rabbids?
I don't know what that is. It sounds like a Wii game. I'm just going to assume that's a Wii game.
No. Do you know the platforming series Rayman?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen any of it.
What's that? But with, guess what? This is crazy. It's with the Rabbids. You know, those little characters. There's little white little bunny characters. There's those guys.
Does that improve the quality of the game, or?
No, it's fucking terrible. There's Rabbids guys. Those Rabbids guys. They're a quirky little bunch.
Why would I want to play this game? I don't play games for like, whoa, this game's gonna be so cool and I'm gonna get so many clicks. I play games and I'm like, yeah, I like this game. I want to play it.
Did you not play Wuppo because you thought it'll be the sensation of the year?
No, I played Wuppo because it was like $3 and it was a Metroidvania, and I'm like, I like Metroidvanias. It's cheap as hell.
I thought you would have played it because it's called Wuppo.
No, that's not why I played it.
It's a good title.
What makes it a good title? Why do you like Wuppo? Does it just sound funny?
It sounds funny to have this like really like intense drama about a game called Wuppo. That's just really funny to me.
Fucking Wuppo. I still can't believe that game requires you to sit there and wait in line for the fucking ride.
It's immersive. What other game is doing that? Death Stranding?
Does Death Stranding have something like that?
Wuppo, I believe, I'm going to make a thesis on what Wuppo is, the second Strand type game.
That sounds... How is that a Strand type at all? Isn't Death Stranding just about you carrying around luggage? When do you carry around luggage in Wuppo?
You wait for the ride. I think those have similar meanings. Wuppo.
Well, that's your point to argue, I suppose.
Wuppo. Dude, Wuppo. Dude, Wuppo. Play Tori 2 and Wuppo.
Why do you want me to play like Tori again so much?
Because it sounds funny, man. Tori
Like
2.
this, you've brought that up so many times, and I'm just like, why would I ever play that again? It was like a 1 hour long experience.
Because I remember during the stream, you loved saying Tori 2. Like you said it like 20 times because it sounded funny to you. And that's stuck in my head.
Why? How is it still stuck in your head? Did you watch that
Because
whole
it's
VOD
funny.
over and make a compilation of
I
me
was
saying
there.
Tori 2?
I was there. I lived it.
Well, I lived it too, and I didn't remember that until you brought it up.
You are an important part of my life right now, apparently.
Apparently. You're like sitting around thinking about things I've said.
Still sitting there looking into the dark night.
And I've already like dumped that
Tori
info
2.
from my brain.
I'm trying to think. I'm just looking for my Steam list, looking for games you could play.
You're like, oh yeah, I remember Tor, that game Tor you played, and you thought the game was like the title was fun. You said it a lot. Oh man, I liked it when you played that game, and I'm just like, huh? I did what during that stream?
You might have you got a dementia test?
No.
Well, you might want to look into that.
I've learned recently that like I'm pretty confident I have ADHD, and I was always told growing up that I was tested for ADHD and that I have it, and I was medicated for it for a short time. And I've learned recently that it's very possible that I was never tested for ADHD. Because like
Whoa.
my family told me, they're like, oh yeah, we have this like file and all this paperwork on you, and we meant to give this to you a few years ago, but here you go, here's the paperwork. And I expected to find it in there, like the paperwork saying that I was tested and have ADHD, but it just wasn't in there. And I guess if it's not in there, it just doesn't exist. You wanna hear what important paperwork my family thought I would want in the future?
I do want.
I looked in that fucking folder, and there was like 15 or 20 copies of my birth certificate.
Yeah.
Which seems useless. I don't know why I need that many copies.
You do need that for some things, like in life.
Oh, I've never needed it. I don't. I usually just bring in like my real birth certificate, and they make a copy of them for themselves.
Well, better to be safe than sorry. It might like burn in a big fire.
But I had a lot of copies of that. I didn't understand at the time. There was some warranties for some cars, like some like toy cars. There was like some warranties and some like instruction manuals for like toy remote control cars.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why they held on to those and put them in my folder that was supposed to be for and with important things. Like, I don't need that. And then I think the only other thing in there were some like I can't say the word. Some like shot records from when I was like a toddler or like younger, like just like a baby. There were some records that I got some shots when I was a baby. And I'm like, I don't think I need this either. Like, I don't think I need any of this. This file could have burned in a fire, and I never would have missed anything inside.
Well, if 6 of those 7 birth certificate copies went in the blaze, then we have 1 left.
No, I have my real physical birth certificate with me already. Like, I already had it.
So it's safe. What if that goes? What if that disappears?
Well, screw me, I guess. I don't know.
No, you have the 8 copies.
I don't.
Thinking ahead. You have the 26.
But
copies.
Isn't the point don't you have to have your real birth certificate? If you bring in a copy,
yes,
it's
no. Well, it's just for safety. Having 57 copies, I think, is really good.
But this sounds more annoying than helpful. Like, imagine if I got if I had 57 copies of my birth certificate and I lost my real one in the pile.
Yep.
How long? It would take me several minutes to find the real one.
Well, I just think having 172 birth certificates really, just kind of aids.
I don't need 172 copies of my birth certificate.
I
Nobody even needs I'm here to argue that you don't even need one copy of your birth certificate. Just keep your birth certificate
if that birth certificate goes, you're fucked, mate.
But where is it going?
My new dog might eat it. I don't know.
I don't have a dog. And if
Feeny
I
might
had
put
a
it in the
dog,
bottom
I
of your
would
noodles
hope
as
it.
a prank.
Feeny, if you like destroy my birth certificate as a prank, that's a terrible prank, and it's your job now to get me a new one. That's a terrible prank. Why? I don't think I'd want to be with somebody who thinks that's a funny prank. That's a terrible prank.
Well, I feel like you were to go for like 25 years and they did that. Like, would that like the bond by then would be strong enough to where like it wouldn't end it.
Well, yeah, I guess at that point, like it's the bond's already strong enough that wouldn't end it. Cause like I know Feeny well enough that he wouldn't do something like that. That's fucked up. That's why would anyone do something like that? It's fucked.
Because they know that you have copies. You have 7 million copies.
But the copies aren't as useful or necessary as
they
the
are
original.
because they can
The
still use them as proof that you have it.
That's not proof that I have it.
That's
just proof that I had it at some point. It's like I used to have it.
That's better than nothing.
I guess that is better than nothing, but I'm arguing that I'm not gonna lose my birth certificate. My boyfriend is not.
Do you know where it is right now?
Yes.
Have you checked recently?
Here, let me check.
Go check.
It should be in this drawer right here. It's in this drawer. I have a drawer full of random ass crazy papers. It's in this drawer.
Feeny, hide it. Feeny, hide it.
Feeny's not gonna hide it. The problem is gonna be finding it because there's just so much crap in this drawer. But it's in this drawer. If it's not in this drawer, then it's gone.
There you go.
It's gone forever. But it's not gone forever because it's in this drawer.
Are you sure? You're 100% sure?
I am pretty sure. I don't know where it would have gone.
You might have gone on a bender on New Year's and like burns it as a joke.
It did not like take a vacation and just like never come back.
You cut it into 4 pieces so you could.
I don't remember doing that. That is why I'm so sure it's in here because I didn't do that.
Yeah, you have to combine them to create the real one. It's like a puzzle and RPG.
There's like a folder in here. Is it in the folder? I'm not immediately finding it. If I don't find it, you're gonna be like, "Hee, I was right." Well, like I know I have it somewhere. This drawer's just too. I need to like go through this drawer.
Is there a viewing legal documents category on Twitch? We can switch over to.
I do not want to show off legal documents to my Twitch chat. No. Like I have like my old expired passport that's in here.
Dick. I bet you had like a mohawk or something cheesy.
Here's my high school diploma. That's important.
I guess.
Oh, I found it.
Did you?
I found my birth certificate.
Or is it a copy? You don't know.
It is not a copy. You can even see like the indentation where they fucking like signed it. This is not a copy.
Alright, just making sure. You can never be too safe. You should copy it.
I'm not copying it. I have so many copies.
One more doesn't hurt.
It would hurt me. It would make me unhappy. And in order to make this copy,
the only way it'd hurt if you've got a fucking paper cut.
No, it would hurt me like mentally.
Mentally
and financially, because in order to make this copy, I'd have to go to like the local library.
Oh no!
And have them like I'd pay them like
go to the library.
You have to go to the library and like pay all that money in gas.
Pay all that money.
And I'd have to pay like 50 cents for the copy.
Swamp, my bad.
And whoever like copies it for me.
50 miles away from any fucking shop.
And whoever copies it for me is probably gonna like take a copy for themselves and steal my identity.
Why would they do that? There's no point of that. They'll just look at it and see it's not you.
No, it's gonna be really bad if I make a copy.
Oh my!
It's gonna spiral down into absolute utter awful terror.
Wisp has a copier you could use. There you go.
You have a copier in your room? Well, does it work? When was the last time you used it?
The last used it to copy your birth certificate.
Also, hi Swift. Do not burn my birth certificate. Thank you.
Birth certificate drama.
I think it would be like freaking like setting up printers and copiers at your house on your computer is not fun or easy.
It's pretty easy, to be honest. You're making like a mountain out of a molehill.
I've always heard like horror stories about like nonsense like that, about how hard it is to set up a printer.
Whisper Panda did it pretty easy. I can understand how it would be difficult for you, but not for the average Joe.
Well, Wisp, where was your magic printer when I needed some like shipping labels printed?
See, there you go. The pale Wisp in chat says, it works. Copying things is the easiest thing I can do with it. Thank you, Wisp, for the message. We appreciate your support.
Okay, you wanna what
See,
you want to make you want to make like you want to make like
this is how you
200 copies
stream.
of my birth certificate?
We're gonna make a big house out of them.
We're gonna make a house out of my birth certificate.
You can stay warm during the winter.
Copying is easier than printing labels. Okay, well then I guess that's what I was like thought. I thought printing things and copying things would be the same difficulty. Why do you have an advertiser's voice, like specifically a charity advertiser? Are you talking to me or other guy?
No, they're talking to you.
Me? Do I?
You do.
Every time I hear my own voice, I always assume I have like the basic gamer person's like you join a lobby in a video game and it's just like that's like the person on your team and that's what they sound like.
You'd like try and you sound like you'd like try and sell me.
No,
insurance.
Swift said other guy, not me. You have
No,
the
that's
better
nonsense.
voice.
That's nonsense. No. Moon, your voice is like silky butter. You sound like you're gonna
I don't
promote Macy's.
I don't know about all that. Is this
Do
why
an
you said
ad
you
read for
wanted to hear
Macy's.
me read like an advertisement, like do an ad read?
I said that just because it'll be funny. Just hearing you like try and shill like ExpressVPN.
God, I don't even like to shill myself. like I'm so bad at like putting like my stream or myself out there. Like I hate the idea of doing like clickbaity titles and nonsense like that.
We had to prod you with a stick just to make a TikTok account.
I already had the TikTok. I just never got around to
We'll
like
post on
actually
it.
making TikToks for it. Cause just like I've like tried to do a bit of editing and I'm just like I don't know what I'm doing. This is torture. I hate it.
And thank you, Swift. We appreciate your viewership. Please
God.
keep watching the stream and donate. We are going to roll the top of the hour ad break that rolls every hour. If you don't want to see the ads, you can feel free to subscribe to MoonsDancer on Twitch. It's only $5 a month and it saves from the ads and helps support the stream.
Yeah, here it's the top of the hour right now. Wow, crazy. Let me just run the ad real quick.
Yeah, run a 10-minute ad.
I don't even think 10-minute is an option. Yeah, let me check.
Just run like 5 2-minute ads in a row.
Yeah, there's like a cooldown after you like run an ad.
No.
Oh, I think the longest ad is 3 minutes. And the cooldown is like around like 6 minutes.
Those bastards.
Yeah, how dare Twitch not allow me to run 30 minutes of ads?
Occasionally during your stream I use the react feature. I have no clue what it does or if you can see it, but I just do it.
I don't know what the react feature is either.
I know it's a thing on the bottom of the screen. It says I can react to moments in the stream. I can react with like emotes. I can hype. I'm gonna do it right now. Also, drink up.
Oh. I'm so invested in WooLoop. I haven't been paying much attention to chat.
Wait,
is that why Feeney left? Feeney just left. Is he getting me a new drink?
Yeah. Wait, I have the robot voice can say this. I'll try and turn it down.
You silly little girl.
What did that say? Something about like take?
It said ha ha ha, drink you silly little girl.
Hi Feeney.
Hello Feeney.
Feeney came back with a new drink because he's a
Return of the King.
A nerd. Return of the person who takes care of me.
Caretaker.
Oh yeah, and since there's like a few like extra people here, I wanted to I updated how much how much donations are worth for the timer. So every what was it? Every $1 is 3 minutes. No, it's God. It wasn't. I already forgot what we changed it to. I'm going crazy. That's just. It wasn't $1 was 3 minutes.
$1 for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I said that, and then I was like, "That's not right." And I'm like, "No, that's right." Yeah, let me just drown myself real quick.
Just waterboard yourself.
Wisp is like, "Wait, don't drown her," and I'm like, "I did this to myself. I chose
You
to."
took the limit off, didn't you?
I did. I took the limit off for this stream.
Oh, you have yourself to blame.
I thought it would be fun, especially since like it's like per stream, and the stream's like longer than normal. So I thought it would be nice if people could do it more than normal, because just the length of the stream.
Hey Moon, what are the shapes you're making right now?
I believe they're hexagons.
No.
No. Well, I know they're not octagon. How is this? This is a hexagon, isn't it?
Are you coming? Practically.
I love that audio.
Thank you, Swift, for the channel points.
Why do you thank people for channel points? That's not how the channel points work.
They don't have to, but they choose to.
But like I don't want them.
Well, why do you have them in the first place?
Because I think they're fun, and you can do like.
There you go. People are being kind, but they could just hold channel points, but they choose to do it to entertain the stream, and I think that's a nice thing, and I should thank them for it. Thank you, Fini, for the hydrate.
Yeah, Fini, cut that out. I'm hydrated, I swear.
Feels water coming out of her pores.
That sounds really bad. If you have that much water in you, that's not good.
That's literally just what sweating is.
Yeah, but like I'm not thinking of it like I'm not overheating. I just have so much water in my system that my body's like, we have to get it out somehow. We're dying. Just push it out the pores.
We don't want to overclock Moon.
Yeah, you don't want to overclock me. You put me in a game that requires more than 30 frames a second. I'm gonna go overclocked. I can't handle anything like that. That's not a baby game.
Imagine it was like an old 50s robot that's like ran on oil. He starts steaming when you play a game more intense than WooLoop. Boots Quest was intense enough.
Yeah, Boots Quest intense. Again, you just like ran around and read dialogue in that game. I didn't even like properly finish it. I finished like the story. I missed like half of the content in the game.
Did you ever play Coloring Pixels on stream?
No, I didn't. I played that before I like really got into streaming. And I assumed it wouldn't be a good stream game anyway. The only reason I streamed this is because a friend of mine was like, "Oh, this is really interesting to watch," and
You got it.
It's not mesmerizing, it's mesmerizing. But anyway, they said they liked watching it, and then I was like, I guess I'll stream it.
It's a nice little background game to just like focus your eyes on.
Yeah.
You can still like interact with chat while you're playing it.
Yeah, and that's like a problem though, because like there's not always like a lot of chat members around. I think my stream from like Friday, the first like half of the stream, there was nobody here, and it was just me sitting in silence because like I wish I was better at like like just talking.
I feel like the stream is more for you than anyone else.
I mean, it's kind of like
from Wisp.
Oh, let's see if I can figure out how much that was, so I can.
Thank you, the Pale Wisp, for the donation using coffee.
Have to. Oh, $15. Oh god, I have to do math to figure out how much time on the timer that is.
That is... It's 30 plus 15. What's 30 plus 15?
Wouldn't it be like 15 times 3? 45 minutes.
There you go.
There. Added to the timer.
See, the way to figure it is $10 is 30 minutes. From there you can calculate it.
I just have a calculator pulled up on my computer.
His name is Feeney.
No, it is Feeney did figure it out like seconds after I calculated it.
I figured it out before, and I was trying to quiz you on it.
Well, I'm just bad at math.
That's why we're here. This is a therapeutic stream.
Therapeutic stream.
This is what Bookworm Adventures was about.
It really was.
If Feeney didn't fucking hold your hand the whole time, we'd learn something.
I was learning. I learned that Feeney's
You
really
were
good at like word puzzles and shit.
What was that word? When you first started playing the game, you did like foo, woo, loo, su,
I was gaming.
You were gaming.
I was
Let's just
baby
say that.
gaming.
There you go. That's more like it.
But yeah, thank you, Wisp, for the $15. Even though I can hear that you're not at your computer right now.
I couldn't have sent like a rolling donation, so it comes in automatically. So the stream will continue on forever.
It will not be forever. There's a cap for a reason. Like there's mainly I was like, oh, like I kind of wanted to try a 24-hour stream, but I don't know, I'd never even done a 12-hour stream before. I'm like, oh, I'll just do like a small subathon. That'll be fun. I'll make, possibly make some money and figure out what my limit is. If I did an uncapped subathon, like those like terrify me. Like there's like this like VTuber I follow who like doesn't even have that many concurrent viewers. She has like at max like 80, but she still has like 700 or 800 plus subscriptions right now, and is on like day 12 or 13 of her uncapped subathon. And I'm just like, oh my god, uncapped subathon sounds scary.
I know Ludwig's lasted like months.
Yeah, I remember watching some of that just because of how ridiculously long it was. I think he broke the record for like most subscriptions like at once or something.
Yeah, he beat Ninja.
Yeah, you really want the bedtime story? I'm so bad at these, and that's like I guess like the point.
Can you read where the wild things are?
No.
Oh.
You have one for that's not how it works, Swift. We've been over this. We've been over this.
It's a quest-based system.
That is not how it works.
Also, thank you, SwiftSpeedy123, for the 3,000 channel points.
Oh, okay, Swift, I'll give you another chance. Send me your terrible, terrible fucking story. You told me to do that last. What are you talking about? I remember the last time.
Is it gonna be scared the fuck to sleep?
The last time Swift did this, he made me read some like Heavy X Peter Griffin fan fiction.
That's a good idea.
And it was horrible, and everyone in chat was like complaining about it, and I wasn't particularly having fun either. And I'm like, Swift, this isn't even what the redemption is about. The redemption is I just like make up a story for you, and I tell you that crappy story. Oh my god, he sent something in DMs. Let's see here. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Malisac bedtime story. How long is this? There's a table of contents.
The table of contents.
I'm not reading this.
Is there a word list, like a word count?
I closed it already. I closed it. It's not that long. What do you mean it's not that long? I'd rather read Where the Wild Things Are, because I know at least that doesn't have chapters.
It's not that long.
The last time you gave me a story, it never ended.
That's the point. You're supposed to sleep. It's not supposed to last like a minute.
Then I'll just like change the name of the thing.
Every page is 5 short sentences.
Oh my
It's not
god.
that bad.
Fine. I'll read this.
Can you play the Super Mario 64 Piranha Plant lullaby music?
Sure. What was it called? Super Mario 64.
I sent you it in the DM.
Oh, that
as you say.
works. That's easier. This fucking sucks. Okay, I assume this is the first part. Mommy, can you tell me the story again? Claudia asks as Lydia tucks her into bed. Lydia sighs. Honey, I've told you the story of me and how Daddy met 3 times this week. Claudia gives her mommy the puppy dog eyes, and Lydia cannot resist that face, so she gets another idea. Why don't I tell you the story of how Aunt Malia and Uncle Isaac fell in love? Oh, yay, Claudia claps. Daddy, Mommy's telling me a story. Styles pokes his head into his daughter's room and rubs his ears. You've told her the story 3 times this week, and she has... Oh my god, I can read. And she has way too much banshee from you. What do you mean, banshee? This is the Isaac and Melania story, Lydia giggles as she playfully punches Styles in the arm. Styles laughs, walking into the room, and sits down on a beanbag next to Claudia's bed. Okay, but before you start, let me get some popcorn style jokes. Lydia rolls her eyes and Claudia laughs and says, Daddy, we don't have time for popcorn. I want to hear the story. Lydia begins. Okay, the story starts with Aunt Melania working through the hall to a lacrosse field. Walking through the hall to a lacrosse field. This is another reason I shouldn't be doing this. Is like I can't read out loud very well.
This is making me more stressed and sleepy.
It's making you stressed. One day while walking to lacrosse practice, Isaac LaHaye sees Malia Tate Hale walking down the hall, so he jogs over to her. Hey Malia, have you been doing okay? Isaac asks. Malia nods her head. Yeah, actually, it's been easier than I thought. That's great, Mal, Isaac exclaims. It's been okay, but I still can't control my anger, Malia chuckles. I almost choked out a freshman. Well, that's nice, Isaac laughs. It was hard for me too after Derek gave me the bite. As they walked down the hall, Isaac realized they were walking in the same direction, so he asked if Malia was going to lacrosse practice. Yeah, actually I am, Malia answers. But then she sees Isaac smile, that crooked smile that he does. She immediately replies, but not just to see you, I promised Lydia and Kira that I would go to practice with them to see Scott and Styles practice. Isaac laughs. Okay, but it's a shame you aren't going to watch me. I'm actually good. Malia smiles. Well, I'll watch out for you. While you're out there, look for number 14, Isaac hollers as he walks into the locker room. This is already too long. Every chapter is longer than the previous chapter. It just keeps getting longer. As Malia walked up to the bleachers, she saw Lydia and Kira stand. And there's too many names. There's too many characters. Where have you been? Lydia asked, rubbing her pregnant stomach. Why is she suddenly pregnant? There's so many things suddenly drop. Oh, there's like vampire bites and werewolves and pregnant people. Malia answered, I was just talking to Isaac. He asked me how I was doing. Are these like high school students? Why are you pregnant? Cut that out. Kira smirked. You were talking to Isaac? Yeah, Malia said as she saw the 2 girls giggling. So? Lydia stopped giggling and said, isn't it obvious? Malia shook her head. Scott told me that he almost clawed his ears off because Isaac wouldn't stop talking about you, Kira laughed. Malia blushed. Really? Yeah, he's had a huge crush on you ever since we turned you back into a human. What do you mean turned you back into a human? Was she a dog before? Lydia said as Scott, Styles, and Isaac jogged over to them. Styles walked over to Lydia and kissed her. How's my baby mama doing? Styles, I may be 4 months pregnant, but I will kick your ass, Lydia said. She smacked Styles in the back of the head. The guys laughed as Malia asked, Kira, can you still help me study for my chem test, right? Kira shook her head. I'm sorry, Malia, but me and Scott have to study for our pre-calc test. This is so much information that it's not soaking into my brain. Leah, you can help me, right? Leah, I don't know how to pronounce these names. Me and Styles have to go to the doctor so I can get an ultrasound. Isaac raises his head. I could help you study, Mal. Thanks, Isaac, she replies. No problem. Just come by me and Scott's house at 7, Scott. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this one's shorter. While Melina... I hate this. While Malia was getting ready to head over to Isaac and Scott's house, her cousin Derek knocked on the door. Come in, Malia yelled. What the hell are you getting so dressed up for? Derek nosily asked. Malia rolls her eyes. First of all, I'm not dressed up. She motioned towards her Nirvana tank top and gym shorts. And second of all, don't you have a date with what's Styles' twin's brother name? Derek smirks. His name is Stuart, and yes, I do, so bye. After Derek leaves, Malia walks into the living room where she finds her father, Peter, sitting on the... Not another character. Where do you think you're going, young lady? Peter demands. Malia knew her father wouldn't approve of her studying with Isaac LaHaye, considering her rough past, so she comes up with a lie. I'm just gonna study with Kira and Lydia. Peter skeptically replied, okay, just be back by 10. Okay, bye, she waved as she walked out the door. Oh no, this one's called Study Session. It's gonna get too hot for the stream. When Malia got to Isaac's house, she knocked, and not even a second later, Isaac whipped the door open. Hi, Isaac. Were you waiting at the door for me? Isaac blushed. No, I promise I wasn't. I just heard you walking up the driveway, so I came downstairs. Malia, still laughing, says, okay, well, why don't we start studying? So that's what states this... Oh my god, it's getting worse. So what states that system mass remains constant? Thermodynamics, Melina questions. Isaac beams. Yes, that's right, Mal. They high-five, but then they find their fingers entwined. Then Melina sees Isaac leaning in, and she shouts, I have to pee. Isaac immediately leans back and says, bathroom is down the hall to the left. And she gets to the bathroom and she calls Lydia. Malia, I can't really talk right now. I'm still the doctor. I know, Lids, but I still have one quick question. Okay, what is it? What do you do if somebody tries to kiss you? Did Isaac try to kiss you, Leah? Yes, and I don't know how to handle it. Okay, Malia. You don't have to yell. Just kiss him back. But I don't know how to do that. Malia, I really have to go. Just go with the flow. That's all I can say. Thanks, Lydia. Good luck at the doctor. After a little bit, Malia walks back into Isaac's room where they were studying. She goes in and sits on the bed next to him. I'm sorry about earlier. It's just no one has ever tried to kiss me, and when you tried, I kind of got freaked out. Isaac shakes his head. I get it. You don't have to apologize. But maybe we could try it again, Malia says, leaning in. Isaac smiles his crooked smile. Definitely. Before they knew it, it was 10:15. Oh shit. Malia starts pulling away from Isaac. They fucking kiss for like 3 hours straight. Isaac does his puppy dog eyes. Please don't go. I get lonely. Malia laughs and says, well, maybe I could stay for another hour. She plops down in the bed and kisses him. One more. Or more. I'm so good at reading. Where Malia's been. Malia woke up in Isaac's bed with him not in it.
Practically.
Practically. Yeah, who knows what they did that night. Isaac, Melina yelled as she walked downstairs. Isaac yelled from the kitchen, I'm here, Mal. Malia smiled and sped walked to the kitchen. Where she got to the kitchen, she saw Isaac making pancakes and bacon. Malia's stomach growled, young, my favorite. Isaac smirked. This is so long. This is not worth what it cost you to send, this isn't worth it. I need to make that more expensive if you're going to keep doing this. Isaac smirked. I know. I remember you told that to the waitress at that diner we went to after you got to the Eichin house? You got out of the Eichin house. The fuck is that? Is that where she was kennelled when she was still a dog? I'm so lost.
This is great.
Which character got turned into a human again? I don't remember. I think it was this one. You remember that? Of course. That day, that was the day I realized that I was in love with you. Yeah, okay. Isaac blushed as Malia hopped onto the counter. Scott and Melissa aren't here? Melina asked, rubbing Isaac's shoulders as he held her side. Scott spent the night at Kira's, and Melissa had a double shift at the hospital. He replied as he started to kiss her, but that beautiful moment was ruined when Melina heard the phone ringing. She thought about just letting it ring, but she answered, "Uh-oh." Melina said she looked up as who was calling. "Hey, Peter, what's up?" she said as she answered the phone. You call your dad Peter? Where the hell are you, Malia? Peter angrily replied, "I spent the night at Kira's. You told me you were going to Lydia's." Malia Tate Hale told me the truth right now, or I would track the GPS on your phone. Fine. You want to know where I was? I slept over at Isaac LaHaye's house. We made out and I liked it. You better come home right now or I'll come get you. Malia hung up and looked at Isaac and said, "I really wish I didn't have to, but I have to go. Love you." Isaac's eyes got wide and he said, "What did you say?" "I said I have to go." Malia, however you pronounce this bitch's name, replied confused. "No, what did you say after that?" Isaac said. He walked closer to Malia. She blushed and said, "I love you." Then Isaac pulled Malia by her hips and kissed her. "I love you too, Malia." "Screw it, Peter can come and get me if he wants to," Malia said as she pulled Isaac into an embrace. Oh my god, this one's so much longer. Swift, you fucking lied to me. This story, every page is like 5 short sentences. That is not true. That is so incorrect. While Malia and Isaac were upstairs, they heard the door fly open, so they went downstairs to see what was going on. When they got downstairs, Peter was standing in the doorway staring at them. Malia saw that Peter was glaring at him, but mostly at Isaac because Isaac didn't have a shirt on. Malia smirked. "What do you want, Peter?" Peter kept his eyes on Isaac but replied to her, "I told you to come home this morning, and you disobeyed me." "Are you really trying to pull that card?" Malia snapped. "You will not speak to your father like that, Malia," Peter sharply replied back. Malia pointed a finger at her father's chest. "You do not have the right to call yourself my father. You've known me for, what, a month? You are not going to start acting like an actual father just because I'm in love with a boy you don't approve of. You are not in love with him," Peter scoffed, glaring at Isaac. Isaac stepped in. You can say that we don't love each other. You don't have the ability to love." That remark is what heated Peter up the most. The next thing they knew, Peter's eyes were glowing blue, and he started growling at the two teens. Malia growled back at him. After a few minutes of a stare down, Scott walked in front of the two and saw the three. What? Scott walked in the front door and saw the three. Okay, that was weird. That was worded weird. "Peter, you don't want to do this." Scott was putting a hand out. Peter looked at Scott for a second. "Oh, trust me, I do. Ever since my dear nephew is no longer an alpha, his betas seem to flock to you, not me." "You, Scott McCall," he turned to his daughter. "Malia, do you not understand? While I would not allow you to date this thing," he motioned towards Isaac, "this thing loves me more than you ever could, Malia." Who are these people? Are they werewolves? Are they vampires? I know they're talking about fucking alphas. I guess they're werewolves.
It doesn't have to be like a werewolf.
I'm lost. It's just like I feel like they're sprinkling this in as though I already knew it was a thing. They're just like, yeah, biting each other and glowing eyes. Isaac smiled but quickly said, "Can people stop referring to me as a thing?" "Malia, you're coming home with me now," Peter says, grabbing Malia's arm. "No, I'm moving in with Derek. If I can't be with the person I love while I live with you," she said sharply, "I want to live with someone who will expect. Then I want to live with someone who will expect who I love." What? Peter stormed out, which caused for celebration. Isaac pulled Melina into a kiss. "Ew, guys, get a room," Scott laughed, covering his eyes. Fuck was that noise? Oh, it's the last page, thank God. "I don't care who you bring over as long as you change the sheets afterwards," Derek jokes as he and Stuart helped Malia unpack into her new room in their loft. Malia laughed. "Very funny, Derek. Hey, Stuart, can I ask you a question? Has Derek ever gotten you and Styles mixed up?" she asked. Stuart laughed a little and he answered, It sounds like other guys really bored. Yeah, just once though. One week I had contacts and he mentioned to himself and Derek, we had a double date with Styles and Lydia. I was still at work, but Styles went over there early because Lydia was at the doctor. This was the day she found out she was pregnant. But anyway, Styles came over early and Derek told me that he thought it was me walking to the door. Stuart looked over and saw Derek's face getting redder and redder. I walked in the door like 5 minutes later and Derek was sitting on the couch next to my brother trying to kiss him. Derek quickly replied, "That's why you don't need to get contacts again." How blind can you be? Like, Jesus Christ. All three of them laughed when they heard a knock at the door, so Derek got up and went to get it. As soon as he saw who was at the door, he shouted, "Malia, you have a visitor." She downed to the living room. That's how I was worried. She downed to the living room and saw Isaac leaning against the door frame, so she ran and jumped into his arms and kissed him. "Okay, LaHaye," Derek said sternly. "Have her home by 9. Malia raised an eyebrow. Derek laughed and said, "Damn, guys, it was a joke. I don't care how long you stay out. Just don't get her pregnant like Stu's brother and his girlfriend." "I heard that, Dick," Stuart shouted from the other room. "I'm kidding, babe. Love you," Derek shouted back. Isaac and Malia laughed. "I promise I won't," Isaac laughingly assured him. The end. Oh, it's not actually the end. The end, Lydia says as she sees that Claudio is asleep. When she was done tucking Claudia in and Styles walked back in their bedroom, they lay down in their bed right before they fell asleep. Styles said, I'm glad she fell asleep before you got to the part about Isaac getting Melania pregnant like 2 months later. Yeah, she surprisingly didn't pick up the fact that I was pregnant with her in 12th grade. Lydia giggled. Styles laughed. It's funny to think that was just 4 years ago. I hope you know that I love you, Lydia Martin Stilinsky. Of course I know that. I love you too. And I have a surprise for you. What is it, babe? I'm pregnant. No, that's... No, don't celebrate. That's when you put the Vine Thud in. That's a Vine Thud moment. Well, I hope you enjoyed your ridiculously long story.
You know, my mother used to read me to that every night.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. I'm sure she did.
That was like 20 minutes.
God, don't remind me. It was a and what did Swift say? Every page is like 5 short sentences. Yeah, right. It's bullshit.
Swift, can you donate like $6 to make up for the time we lost during that?
I need to like stop letting Swift get away with this. This is the second time, and I've told him so many times it's not how the bedtime story fucking works. I don't think Swift is even here. Swift left. Swift was like, "Wow, this story sucks," and he left.
He went to sleep. It worked. Okay, the lullaby worked.
I like to think something else.
Dude is doing fucking memes right now. That story fucking shut him off.
I don't know. Swift sounds more like a honk shoe kind of person to me.
A murmur. I was invested though. I wasn't like
you were invested. That story. Oh. It's story. I don't know. It's like the fact that they just throw in some weird like werewolf shit for no reason,
they mentioned the Alphaverse like once.
Yeah, they don't like elaborate on any of that at all.
I think it's just because so they could put it in the tags, so more people would read it.
Maybe. Or maybe whoever wrote that was just really bad at writing stories.
No, they are a master craftsman in my opinion.
Well, you want the link to the story then, so you could like read it all the time, and you could read it to your kids.
I'll get the robot voice to read it all for me.
Oh God. I'm not sending it to you. I'm gonna have to like kick you from the call if you start doing that. We're not
Really?
listening to that story again.
No.
Bow. Feeny, can you do me a favor? It's a really big important favor. Can you make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Can you make me like two peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I thought you were gonna propose.
No, I'm not gonna propose. Feeny doesn't want to marry me. He didn't deny it. He just left.
That's why you said it was a favor.
It was a favor. Yeah. But yeah, my model got all I don't even know like the proper word. It's not like sad, but it works in that situation. And I'm like begging
Like,
Feeny
like
for
scared,
sandwiches.
sad. It works.
Maybe I should play Getting Over It now.
Good.
Actually,
That's
like
a
maybe I should do
possibility.
that like after I eat. And I'm
Like,
gonna
eat
need
your
like
peanut
all the
butter.
energy I can muster to play that game.
It's a really short game. Might beat it quick.
Yeah, it's a really short game, huh? What's
mean, it
what's
is.
the world record speed run on that
I
game?
think it's like it must be like 40 seconds or so.
Jesus Christ. And it's gonna
I
take
beat
me
it- I
like
beat it in,
40.
like-
Yeah,
It'd be like an hour once.
you beat it in an hour once.
Yeah.
That's impressive. It's gonna take me like what's that? Like I've seen like some gameplay of it. What's that one part of the map called? I think people usually call it the chimney.
Snake?
No, not the snake. I'm talking about like way earlier.
Oh yeah, the earlier. No, the chimney's later on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any like
Terminology.
yeah. I don't know what people call like certain places or like really much about the game. I've seen like some gameplay. I remember watching some like streamers I liked. They did like they were trying to do a race of the game, and pretty much the chimney was what got most people stuck.
You just gotta be slow with it.
I'm like, I'm gonna play this freaking game, and I just feel like I'm gonna get stuck on like the easiest, stupidest start at the very beginning.
You'll be great, man.
I'm gonna like have to like click out of the window so that I can change my like my model to angry because for some
Set it
reason it's just
permanent.
not working. Just
It needs
make
to
it
be permanent
permanently
anger.
angry.
Yeah. You don't need to keep switching.
I don't know. It really annoys me that I can't just like click the button and do it. I don't know what is wrong with fucking Streamlabs. It
They're
just
working
doesn't
against you.
like me.
You don't have PayPal.
Oh my god.
Why don't
it's
you have
not,
PayPal?
It's not my fault I don't have PayPal. It's PayPal's fault.
What did you do?
They don't tell me.
Did you buy drugs again?
Did you not hear like the story?
Did you buy assault rifles from Samoa
No,
again?
I did not.
You did.
I did not.
Like, see the look on your face.
All I did was make my account and then like somebody gave me money and they're like, nope, can't have that.
Were you using your like legal name on the account?
Yes.
Alright.
Pretty sure I was. Like you have to like make a fucking business account. It's weird and like complicated.
Let's keep like calling them.
No,
I'll tell you.
I don't want to keep calling them. Like that's a lot of like mental energy that I'll just use fucking Ko-fi and I hope that Stripe
Yeah, but
doesn't.
Ko-fi sucks.
Ko-fi does suck, but at least Stripe seems to give me a better cut of the money. And as long as Stripe doesn't do anything stupid to me. Yeah, PayPal said fuck me again. It definitely truly did. I tried calling them like it said that my account had like a permanent like restriction on it. And so I called PayPal and they just told me, yeah, it's that's how it is. And I'm like, why? And they're like, PayPal's already made their decision. There's nothing we can do. And if you try to make another account, PayPal will recognize you and they'll limit that account too. And I'm just like, so what you're saying is I can just never use PayPal again? And they're like, yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, do you know how important it is for me to be able to use PayPal? And they're like, there's nothing we can do. And I'm just like, okay, bye.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. I don't like PayPal, and PayPal doesn't like me.
What a shame. Hashtag PayPal transphobic. Hashtag PayPal is over party.
No, they did not tell me why they did it. When I asked them why, I think that's when they just like they just said, they basically said it doesn't matter why. PayPal's not going to change their mind. There's nothing we can do. They've already made the decision. So I'm just like, great. Okay.
That's so Raven.
It freaking sucks.
Swift, you're awake. The lullaby didn't work then.
Yeah, we were trying to contact you earlier, Swift, and either you left because the story sucked, or just, I assumed you left because the story sucked. You went to sleep and then woke up again.
It worked, see?
That is hard to believe.
This is why we do it.
I do not believe that you fell asleep for like 10
because
minutes.
Of that fucking awful story about like a high school pregnancy.
You were there because the story sucked.
I was like trying to hold back laughter in the middle of it, just thinking like, why does she keep reading this? This is so long.
I don't know why I kept reading it. Like I don't know why I read any of it all at
wasn't a
all,
lullaby.
because I've told Swift,
It
and
wasn't
Swift
a lullaby.
knows.
It isn't like pay Moon to tell a story. It's a bedtime story specifically. It wasn't a bedtime story.
No, but that's just, it doesn't matter what the channel point reward is called. Like Swift knows, we've been over this in the past. He knows that's not how that channel point reward works. Because he tried to do that before, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Like freaking Win asked for the bedtime story the other day, and I came up with a shitty story and gave it to her, and she was like, okay, yay, I'm happy. Swift is like, no, I want you to read the dumbest, most terrible fan fiction I can find. Feeny, why do you always cut my sandwiches up? I'm not a baby.
So you don't choke on them.
So I don't choke. It's still big enough to choke. He just like cuts them in half.
He's protective.
Feeny, are you protective? Feeny just attacked me.
Feeny,
He just slapped me on the forehead. Because I wasn't sure what to come up with. I could have, it would not have taken me long to come up with something.
You have a baby mobile above your setup?
No, I don't. I do not have a baby mobile. I wish someone would cut your sandwiches. Well, maybe if you ask Feeny nicely, he'll cut your sandwiches for you.
I have like the best visual of Moon like sitting at a surf with like one of those like big baby chairs.
I'm not in a big baby chair.
You have like the food tray in front of you.
No, that is not what is happening. I have this really
when you have to get up to rant about like active combat, like Feeny has to lift you up out of the chair.
That is not how it goes down. I have this like really old, like retro, like ugly orange desk chair. And it's so old,
That's
the
cool.
wheels like it's like supposed to be like, it like the wheels don't even really turn anymore, so it doesn't scoot around very well. And I remember when I moved out, I asked my mom if I could take this chair with me, and she was like, she was glad it was out of her house. She hated this chair. And the armrests don't have any padding, so like sometimes I'll set it in the chair too long, and my like arm will start to hurt from having my arm on the unpadded armrest. Yeah, I gotta start eating my sandwiches. Here, other guy, this is your chance to entertain the stream.
Yes, I can do so. Thank you everyone for your support during the stream. We both appreciate it. You can donate a small amount to keep the subathon going. It is capped at 24 hours, but $1 does translate to 3 minutes of on-stream time. So if you want to keep the stream rolling, please use the coffee link in the description or donate using a sub or gift a sub.
You're better at this than I am.
I'm really not.
You are. You
I'm
definitely
good,
are.
I'm good at being fake. That's being like fake.
Yeah, you're good at being fake. I can't like do that.
Have you updated like the screen stuff, like the recent subscriber stuff?
Huh?
Did you update like the recent subscriber, the recent followers thing?
It should update on its own.
Does it? Okay.
I mean, it should. If it's not been, it's bullshit.
New donation from Robbie.
Wow, your little spiel worked. I got money.
Thank you, Robbie, for the generous donation using coffee.
Let's see how much they donated. Thank you for the $5, Robbie.
Appreciates your support.
Thank you for reading this story. You didn't have to give me money for this story, but I will be doing quick math to see how much. I'm sorry, I'm stupid, Feeney. 15 minutes to the timer.
You should get one of those like big giant calculators that like says stuff when you type it in. 1 + 5 = 6.
Wisp, why did you say no?
No, Wisp's just found out that WooLoop is not going to be played first.
I can't pay you if you're mean to. What did I say? What did I say? Was I mean to myself? What happened? Did I just say like I'm bad at math? Because that's not being mean to myself. That's just me stating a fact. That's just the truth.
You could be bad at math and not be stupid.
I mean, that's true.
You'd be good in other areas.
What areas do you think I'm good in?
I think personality.
Well, that's good.
What would you give the sandwich out of 10?
The sandwich out of 10. Well, it's just peanut butter and jelly, so
yeah.
I don't know. 6.
6 out of 10. Feeney gotta work on that.
Well, it's not so much Feeney's fault. It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They're already not that great.
I don't think Feeney made it with love though, so you should work on that, please.
If Feeney didn't make it out of love, I don't like maybe Feeney like channeled all of his annoyingness into the sandwich. Feeney's favorite pastime is pestering me.
Yeah, how about instead of the tickling channel point, we do like a poke you in the ribs channel point?
Might as well like upgrade that to a slap in the face or something.
That's like all borderline abusive. It's gotta be something kind of funny. Like whipped cream slap.
A channel point reward for Feeney to put a pillowcase over my head and drag me to a random location and leave me there.
You'll stream from there. It's like real life GeoGuessr. Yeah,
that'd be awful.
Work your way home. God, Moon IRL streaming, that'd be a fucking nightmare.
I don't see myself doing an IRL stream anytime soon.
You'd just be silent the whole time. You'd be standing in like one location, scared to say anything. You'd stand next to like a stoplight for the whole stream.
Yeah, I just like standing, like staring into the camera from like the distance.
Oh, that's like analog horror.
I get a really crappy, like fuzzy camera, so like you
Yeah.
can't even really make out what I look like.
Yeah.
You just see like
every donation, you take a step closer towards the camera.
Imagine if that's how Dream did his face reveal.
That would be sick.
That'd be so fucking stupid.
He'll get all like the donations like immediately though, so it'll be fun. He'd like have to sprint towards the camera because he'd get like $1 million in a second.
That probably would happen too.
Can you pull your jacket up above your arm, please? It's really annoying me.
Instead of plushie in front of the camera, we could use your cat. Yeah, I've seen people who have like cat cams on their streams.
Feeny cam, that's what I'm saying.
A Feeny cam. I don't know how much Feeny wants to be perceived either.
I mean, do like analog or like a crappy webcam where like she's barely, like you can't barely see him.
I just like turn the lights out and it's just really fuzzy, hard to see.
Yeah, it's like Skinamarink. Why you keep avoiding getting over it?
WooLoop, yay!
People want blood, Moon.
People want blood.
I can't control the gates. They'll climb the fence. They want revolution.
We good. You like the donation animation? It funny? Well, you can thank Feeny for drawing the donation animation.